So for this part of the lab, we're responsible of changing the game any way we want, as well as the downloading the necessary software to run the game. So um, we're also supposed to add comments on each line of code, and yeah, so I'll be showing how I did that. So this is the code and this is the game. For the game, if you hit any of the fruits, you get a point, and if you hit anything else, you get a minus point. And instead of a hit or miss, I did a score counter, and I also added two different actors, which are the apple, which are the fox and the coin. And I'll be breaking down how I did that. So if you click a fruit, any of the fruits, apple, you're a winner, and if you get 5 points, you win. If you get negative 5 points by clicking the different actors, you lose. And it also prints out nice shot for the fruits that you hit. And so to add the actors for the fox and coin, you just need to put it in the image folder and make it the same name as the one written. So fox.png and then coin.png. Score um, sets the score to 0 at the very beginning, and this just tells game. This is the condition. So the condition right now is false, and if the game ends up being true, the bottom, when you score 5, it prints out the winner, which goes back to here, and it prints out the winner. And for the lose condition, you it's an else if statement, and if it reaches -5, then the lose condition becomes true, and it prints out you lose. So first we're defining draw, and it clears the screen, and it adds the score counter by stringing it, and this is the score counter at the top left, with the color white, and as well as uh, size, the font sizes. So this part of the code is responsible for the winner or you lost in the middle of the screen. And if none of those conditions are met, then it just places all the actors. So this defines the place of the apple, and it's random. Random integer is imported from random, and it's just the position of the fruits and the other actors on the screen. And this is the most important part of the code. So for the when the mouse hits, or when it registers the hit, um, it goes through all of these codes. So if the cursor hits the apple with this if statement, then it will print out a nice shot, and the score will add 1, which will go back to this function, and then it will register it and add 1, and everything else is an else if statement. So if it hits the pineapple, you get a nice shot and adds to the score counter, and all these places the actors on a different place in the screen same with the orange. And if you hit anything, and if you hit the fox or the coin, you get a wrong target, and your score from here as well reduces by 1. And if you just hit nothing, which is just the screen, as I can show right here, you will get a you missed. And yeah, when you get enough of these, then you'll get a you lost. So this places the actors once again, and this is responsible for this part of the code is responsible for clearing the screen, everything in the screen but the result. So as you can see from earlier, when uh, I got -5, the you lost is printed and everything else disappeared, and everything else is just, yeah.